Erica, 69 in Cordelia and Unadilla, 68 in Vidalia, and 61 in Lawrence County this morning. Now, the air is also dry as you step outside. A dew point of 58. The relative humidity is high, but the air itself is actually dry across central Georgia. Because of that, nothing on the radar picture to start this new work week. High temperature of about 94 today. We'll hit that sometime right around 3, 4, 5 o'clock. And then as we head into the week ahead, 100s are slated to return by tomorrow, and potentially record-breaking heat this week. We'll go through the details on that and take a look at the records in jeopardy coming up.
All right, thank you, Alex. New from overnight. A man died after a car accident in Macon. It happened last night around 9:45 on Rivoli Drive. Coroner Leon Jones identified them as 37-year-old Sam Ha. Jones says he was driving a Toyota Camry when it went off the road. The car wrapped around a power pole, snapping it off and taking it down. Lines were down in the 4300 block of Rivoli. Ha died there. No one else got hurt. If you have any other information, you can contact Macon Regional Crime Stoppers. The number is 1-877-68-CRIME. Well, if your commute takes you on Log Cabin Drive in Macon this morning, you may want to find a new option. The Macon Water Authority says it could be a few weeks before part of the road reopens. The authority says a 12-inch pipe broke on Friday under a bridge on Log Cabin. The bridge is just north of where the road intersects with Mercy University Drive. Board member Bill Howell says a crew will begin to repair the water line along with the damaged bridge this week, but it could take 2.5 weeks to fix. Crews temporarily rerouted the water line Friday afternoon and restored water to customers Saturday morning. However, some people reported discolored water. Howell says that is expected, and he says the water is safe to drink. No boil advisory is in effect. All right, now Macon Mayor Lester Miller wants to take another step toward preventing crime. This comes after 3 people died in a little over a month at a food mart on Houston Avenue. Tomorrow, commissioners will discuss a new proposed ordinance that would limit hours for food marts or vice marts. The county defines those as convenience stores that sell 85% food or non-alcoholic items and are less than 10,000 square feet. Those stores would have to close between 11 p.m. and 6 a.m. Mayor Miller says there's often violent crime at some of those stores, and he hopes the ordinance will limit crime in surrounding neighborhoods.
I think the data suggests in a lot of these areas is where this is happening at. We're always going to have to manage these hot spots. I think businesses owe our community as well an obligation to make sure that they keep their own properties free of crime as much as they can, and not to do things that may be conducive to crime.
The mayor says the ordinance would not affect gas stations, only standalone stores. If the commission approves it tomorrow, it would start next month. Well, Perry is growing fast, but that's causing some growing pains for the school system. Our morning reporter TJ Anthony joins us live to tell you about a new project to create a little bit of relief. Good morning, TJ.
That's right, Caitlin. Good morning. Houston County Schools broke ground on a brand new primary school June 17th. The district says by opening the new school, they will be able to provide more classroom space in one of the fastest growing areas in their county.
I think it's a great idea. Going back to what I was saying about class sizes and things like that, the more these neighborhoods are developing in the area, I think it's important for the school system to keep pace with that growing population.
John Terragezo and his wife are expecting a child and already have 2 rising first and third graders at Langston Road Elementary School. Since the school is full, parents like the Terragezos are excited about a new primary school that's getting built.
It's over 100,000 square feet, and it has over 58 classrooms, and just really looking forward to having the opportunity to relieve some of the crowding at Langston Road Elementary School.
Houston County Schools Superintendent Mark Scott says it's definitely time to expand.
And if you look behind, you'll see there's 5 mobile classrooms at the end of the building back there, which means that the school is full. And what better time to build a new school than when your other school is full.
Langston Road Primary School is set to open in about a year and will serve kids between pre-K and 2nd grade.
And we're so very fortunate to live in a community that loves and supports public education, and you guys are what helps make it work.
Now, the 2022 to 2027 education slots is paying for this school. Caitlin, what do you think about it? I think it's going to be an amazing school.
That is going to be great, especially if it can relieve some of that crowding in the classrooms for those teachers. If you want to see the construction as it happens, the address is at 325 Langston Road in Perry. All right, time now 6:34 to your news from across the state. Today, a community prepares to pay their respects to a Henry County deputy who died from a heat stroke. The funeral service for 40-year-old Deputy Sean Free will be at Zion Baptist Church. He worked at the Henry County Sheriff's Office for 16 years and served in law enforcement for more than 2 decades. Those who knew him say he loved his job and enjoyed the people he worked with and mentored. Deputy Free died Thursday at Piedmont Hospital. Today's service starts at 1. One of Georgia's signature parks, Forsyth Park in Savannah, could see slow changes under a new plan. Residents oppose the change, saying it's harmful to the park's historic features. The new plan calls for the bulk of changes to happen on the south end of the park, the end farthest from downtown Savannah. The plan would cost $16 million. The city must agree to it, though, before any work would begin. Well, more than 260 speeding tickets now thrown in the trash. This comes after police disclosed they were behind in testing required to ensure that their speed detectors were accurate in Glynn County. Glynn County police officers handed out tickets for more than 2 months after certification of their speed detecting equipment lapsed. Officials said police immediately notified the county solicitor general, who prosecutes traffic citations, when they discovered the problem earlier this month. Officers performed an audit and identified all the speeding tickets issued during that period. The solicitor general says she's also dismissing additional charges like driving with a suspended license that resulted from speeding stops. All plans are now moving forward to renovate a Georgia school at the center of this viral video exposing mold, a sewage leak, and crumbling walls. The State Board of Education signed off on the DeKalb County School District's improvement plans for Druid Hills High School. The DeKalb School Board voted last month to approve a $50 million overhaul at Druid Hills. Back in April, a group of students exposed toxic conditions in this video. The design phase is expected to take about a year, with construction likely to begin in the spring of 2024. A reminder, tomorrow is runoff election day. If you didn't vote early, you can go in person to vote in the state's primary runoffs. You'll have to go to your designated polling place to vote. And let's take a quick look back at the weekend as we wind down from everyone celebrating Juneteenth. A lot of families and friends went out to Town Square Park to enjoy all kinds of music, vendors, and culture out there. They always do it big for their Juneteenth festival. You can see Maconites walking the sidewalks and sitting out in the lawn. Kendra Richardson says she's happy everyone came together to celebrate Juneteenth and says she hopes the holiday will inspire young black boys and girls.
I hope they learn to take pride in their black culture, appreciate what our ancestors did for us, and just to be a part of that same process for those to come after them.
And let's look ahead to this week. You can check out a taco and tequila festival at Society Garden. That sounds like a great combo. It will be Ingleside and Macon from Wednesday to Friday. Tickets are $10 to $25. They'll have live salsa dancing, a mariachi band, and of course, taco trucks. As for the drinks, they say tequila samplings, margarita flights, and specialty craft cocktails are available. The event's at different times throughout the week, so just check with Society Garden on their Facebook page. And this weekend, your kids can learn how to make pottery using the American Indian coil method. Children can create their own clay pot that they can take home with them. It's on Saturday from 2 to 2:30 at Okmulgee National Park. That's on Emory Highway in Macon. And the newest boutique hotel in downtown Macon's having a career fair this week. They're looking for people to fill the roles of assistant food and beverage manager, sous chef, server, bartender, room attendants, and a lot more. It's happening Wednesday at the hotel on Cotton Avenue in Macon. It starts at 10 a.m. and goes to 4 p.m. And get this, the first 25 applicants get a $25 gas card. And tomorrow, bring your best game face and be on top of your A game if you want to play Brain Blast Trivia Just Tapped in Macon. It starts at 7 p.m. They'll have $5 pint night and some prizes for winning teams as well. Well, we are told from a young age to take our vitamins, and it's paid off big time for the industry. There's a supplement for just about everything now, from hair and nails to a healthier gut and heart. But which vitamins should you be taking? We'll talk about it. And how you can get your kids involved with the PGA Junior League competition. That is all coming up after the break. For now, though, the time is 6:38. If you are one of those that is going to be out on the golf course this week, more power to you, because it is going to be hot.
Yeah, it's certainly a good idea to keep hydrated out there as well, because even though it's not going to be as humid as it was last week, it's still going to feel hot across central Georgia with temperatures over 100 for 3 days, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. But speaking of the golf course, yesterday, of course, was Father's Day. 94 was all we did with very low humidity. Here's a live look over the Georgia National Fairgrounds. 63 is the current number starting off in Houston County. So relatively a cool start across central Georgia by the standards we saw last week and by normal standards. 61 is what we're starting at in Macon, 62 in Forsyth, 61 in Thomaston, 63 in Eastman, and down in McRae, 39 minutes after 6 on this Monday morning. Now, the dry air means we've got nothing to look at here on the radar picture. The dry air means no clouds and no rain across central Georgia, so certainly some welcome news. And if you take a look across the southeast, really not a whole lot to look at. High pressure and control up across portions of Virginia, West Virginia. This front down to the south is what came through during the weekend, and its wake is that drier air. And since it's staying down there, we're going to be looking at drier air here through the next few days. So let's check it out here on Future View as we head through the morning hours into the afternoon. Temperatures up into the 80s relatively quickly. This is the noon hour itself, then into the 90s, topping off right around 94 today is what I'm going with as a forecasted high, with the dry conditions continuing. Notice winds were coming in from the northeast there, spinning around that high pressure. And for tomorrow morning, maybe switch back over to the iced coffee because temperatures a little warmer and not as cool as we saw this morning. We're going to be looking at mid to upper 60s. And then we get back into the 100s tomorrow. This is 5 p.m. on Tuesday. Winds coming out of the north. Notice not a whole lot in the way of cloud cover. So we're going to have direct sunlight with 100-degree temperatures, just lacking the humidity across central Georgia. And then for Wednesday morning, we will do the same thing all over again, back a little above 100 for your Wednesday afternoon. Then once we get to the end of the week, a weak front is going to try to work in here. And as it does so, it's going to provide an axis for the showers and storms to form along. So here we go into Friday. Notice some scattered showers and storms. This is Friday at 5 p.m. That's going to continue into Saturday as well. Scattered in nature across the southeast. There's not much alignment on the GFS and the Euro. The Euro trying to keep the boundary up across northern Georgia, but that puts us on the humid side of things. The GFS is trying to slide that boundary down from Columbia, down through Macon, down towards Tallahassee, down there in Florida. So we've got to get the aligning on this figured out, but bottom line, we're going to be looking at the chance of scattered showers and storms, which we need the rain. We'll take a look at those numbers here in just a second. 104 for Wednesday, 105 for Thursday. Both of those days, that is the record threatening. 101, the record for both Wednesday and Thursday. And again, forecasting to break those. Here's a look at the dew points as we head into today. 40s, yeah, that's very dry across central Georgia, and welcome then into Tuesday, much of the same 40s across central Georgia. Now, no secret, it's been hot. We've gotten above the at or above the 100-degree mark 4 days last week on Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. 99 for Saturday. 13 above average days so far, and we need the rainfall. 0.8 of an inch is what we've picked up so far for the month of June. So if we could add to that, that would be great and welcome news here across central Georgia, because we are down over 2.5 inches just on the month of June, 3 inches and a third on the year. Today headed for a high temperature of about 94, watching for the threat of any fire danger. The really dry air is going to help with that, but mostly sunny today. The sun has now come up. We are past 627. Here's how it shapes up on the 7-day forecast. Tomorrow, the first day of summer. So yeah, all that heat last week was technically during spring. Summer coming in hot. 104 for Wednesday, 105 for Thursday. Good news is we're back down into the 90s for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, but that front lingering around means high temperatures are going to, again, stay in the 90s. That rain chance right around 20% for showers and storms all 3 days.
Welcome back at 6:45. This week you'll probably get a hefty dose of vitamin D if you go out in the sunshine, but many of us still take daily vitamins and other supplements to make sure we get the nutrition we need, among other things. But do they really work? A registered dietitian tells us the truth behind what you're taking.
Do supplemental vitamins really do anything? Well, I think for the majority of us, what they're doing is, lining the pockets of the people that sell them.
Dr. Jeffrey Galvin is a biohacking specialist, board certified in emergency medicine and obesity medicine. The focus of his North Charlotte practice, Vitality Medical Wellness Institute, is maximizing patients' health using a combination of precision medicine and lifestyle optimization.
The real question is, what do we as consumers need to know about the vitamin industry before we spend our hard-earned money?
They're completely not regulated. So I can make whatever claims I want as long as it's just a vitamin. There's very little regulation.
Dr. Galvin says, just look to the label. On every single vitamin bottle sold in the U.S., you'll see the same two sentences.
It says, this statement has not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
They could probably add to the end of that. That means we can say and claim whatever we want, and you'll have no idea that we're doing it. So basically, what they're saying is anything before this line could be a lie. Nobody's looked at this. Nobody's evaluated what we've claimed. The FDA hasn't evaluated it.
You just can't really trust that it is what you think it is.
Registered dietitian Kirsten Screen's take, vitamins become hope in a bottle because we all want a magic pill to fix whatever it is we'd like to change, when in reality, there's a much better way.
So in my world, ideally what you need, you get from food. Typically, and I say this to my clients all the time, supplements are exactly that. They're a supplement. We should use them to fix a temporary deficit that we should then correct through a holistic approach of what is the body missing.
For most people, a reasonable, healthy diet will provide all of the nutrients that you need. Now, there may be specific things that people are deficient in related to a medical problem or maybe a treatment they're receiving. And we use a lot of supplements in our clinic for specific things. If you have a particular problem and there's science to back up that these particular things can enhance that, but the vast majority of us don't really need that.
Now, the one vitamin doctors do agree is absolutely necessary is folic acid. Doctors say it is essential for women who are pregnant or planning to become pregnant to help prevent some major birth defects. Well, now to your other health-related headlines. New research about sudden cardiac arrest and the COVID strain that's most likely to cause long-haul symptoms. People who become infected with the Omicron variant are less likely to develop long COVID compared to those who had the Delta strain. Long COVID sufferers can experience symptoms including fatigue, shortness of breath, and joint pain 4 weeks or longer after an infection. And a new study published in The Lancet finds life expectancy in the U.S. rose more than 2 years between 2000 and 2019, from about 76 years to 79. The researchers found key differences between racial and ethnic groups, with life expectancy for black populations lower than white populations, underscoring the need to address disparities in health care. And European researchers looking at when to recommend genetic testing for athletes report most athletes who die suddenly had no symptoms or family history of heart disease. Guidelines published in the European Society of Cardiology say that clinical evaluations are appropriate for most athletes, but in some cases, genetic testing is the best course to identify heart abnormalities that could be life-threatening. Time is now 6:49. Let's head it over to Alex for a look at your weather and traffic.
Caitlin, the sun has come up across central Georgia roads as traffic is flowing smoothly there from the Georgia National Fairgrounds. This is a live look at Interstate 75 in Houston County. A lot of traffic headed south into Dooley County this morning. Temperatures across the area, yeah, they're kind of nice. 61 in Macon, 63 in Warner Robins. Dew points both right around 60, so a nice morning across central Georgia. Because the dew points are low, we're not looking at anything on the radar picture. And as we head into the day today, not going to be looking at anything on the radar picture either. High temperature of about 94. That'll come right around 4 p.m. back down to 93 around 5 with plenty of sun to go around across central Georgia. 100 tomorrow, the first day of summer here in central Georgia. 104 for Wednesday, 105 for Thursday, both record threatening days, and then a 20% chance of rain for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Well, thank you, Alex. This weekend, we celebrated all the fathers of central Georgia, and yesterday, a lot of dads were down at Lake Tobosoffke. Families in Macon came together for some Father's Day fun at the second annual Father's Day Luau. The event was down at Sandy Beach and featured everything from music to food and live performances. Mario Paldo started the event in 2019 because he wanted all dads to feel appreciated. Families like the Atkins came out for some good music and to celebrate the father figures in their life.
It's a blessing to have a good man by your side and a good father to help raise our grandkids. Our kids are grown now, but we need him for the grandkids now.
I always said father's supposed to be the head of the household, so why not celebrate them? And this is a good event anyway. It's a family event. Family, look at it, look around you. Just family, everybody having fun and just celebrating the father. Like I say, celebrate their king.
Now, it looks like they had a great time, too. Well, in case you missed it, 22 cities throughout the U.S., Mexico, and Canada put in bids to host matches in the 2026 FIFA World Cup, and Atlanta made the list. Only 16 cities won bids to host, 3 in Mexico, 2 in Canada, and 11 here in the U.S. Atlanta will be the only city in the South to host games. The Benz Stadium will be used for matches, while the Atlanta United's facility in Marietta will be used for training.
You can see it on the TV, but I think when a few of the committee actually came to a game and got a sense of what it was like to be an Atlanta United match, then it really brought home that this is what soccer could be in America.
Now, one major change that has to happen before the matches head to the Benz, the turf will have to go to natural grass. It's a FIFA requirement. Speaking of sports, in Macon, if your child has ever wanted to try golfing but hasn't yet, well, now is their chance to learn for free. Bowden Golf Course in Macon is offering PGA Junior League competition. It's for elementary and middle school students. They don't need any experience on the greens before. The season runs from June 27th through September 12th with practices on Monday afternoons. Competitions are on Fridays and Saturdays. Through scholarships provided by the PGA, the cost is totally free, with PGA Pro Jack Dean says is often the main factor that prevents students from getting involved in the game.
I don't want that to be a deterrent. I want to get rid of all excuses. We're going to provide equipment. The instruction is going to be free, and we're going to run the PGA Junior League format, which is basically Little League. It's Little League baseball applied to golf. Registration is open now through June 22nd at PGAJuniorLeague.com. If you want more information, you can also contact Jack Dean at 478-998-4673. Again, that's 998-4673. Now, before we go, check this out. Some visitors at Perry's Whitetail Trail saw quite the big surprise out there. Kelby Hill of Warner Robins sent in this photo of this giant gator. He was just chilling out by Big Indian Creek. Hill was with family, including 6 kids, but he says the alligator didn't bother them. He says they stayed about 50 to 75 feet away. He added the gator appeared to be just out enjoying the sunshine. I would be saying, see you later, alligator, and getting nowhere near that thing. All right, we are back with a look at your top stories and your forecast right after this.